Hello you guys, and welcome to Mr. and Mrs. Social Studies. My name is Sarah, and today I want to give you some tips about how to prepare for your open house or curriculum night, or whatever you call it, meet the parent night, and help you feel like you're really prepared for that. Now, I was a little quiet on this channel this past week as school has started back up, and as first weeks are, it was a little bit exhausting, but I just had my parent night or open house night on Thursday and want to share a couple of my tips and share some strategies that I did to help make the night more positive. Now, there are a variety of structures for a meet the parent night or open house. For us, it was a much more relaxed environment. Basically, we were at our rooms kind of outside in the hallway. People could mingle, people could come into the room, take a look around, grab some papers, etc. I know some schools have a more formal setting where you actually go through your daily schedule, and the parents from kids you have in first hour, second hour, third hour, they actually go to those classes and you have maybe 5 to 10 minutes to talk to them about yourself, your course, etc. I think all of these different methods have some different techniques that can work, and depending on the situation, you can decide what works best for you. First up, if you have a more open house, relaxed style where you're kind of interacting with families one at a time and they're coming in to your classroom, I would encourage you to have some sort of visual display in the room. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I just set up a few papers at the table there. I gave them a checklist to sign in with their name, their child's name, as well as an email address. And then actually after the event happened, I emailed the parents who attended, just saying thank you to them for coming in, telling them it was nice to meet them, and trying to open up that line of communication for the year, just kind of get things set up that way. I also had several important handouts out as well. I had copies of my class syllabus. I had copies from my particular team's Remind app information. I don't actually run that, but basically the idea that if there's important dates kids need to know, it kind of goes out to phone numbers for people who register, and they're able to get a text message update about what is going on as like a little reminder. And then also a little fun station where I asked parents to tell me 3 things about your child that they'd like me to know. And that's been cool as I've taken a look through, because I've gotten a little bit of extra insight. One other cool technique, if you've got more relaxed setting, especially if children are able to attend, you can actually do an activity during the day and then display those so parents can get a sense of what kids are saying about a different topic. So perhaps students are actually creating something visually that identifies themselves, or that shows problem-solving skills. Maybe you're doing something that's more generic overview for your course that you can demonstrate. Maybe you actually ask your class some generic questions and they all have to respond, and you have them respond using post-it notes or whiteboard markers or those large post-it note sheets, the big white ones that you tear off a big sheet. Those could all be used as well and displayed around the room. That can act as a visual stimulus when parents walk into your classroom and see a little bit about what you're doing. Now, for us, our parent night was actually the second night of school, so we didn't really have too much of a chance to do a lot with the students. It was just kind of the first day, but those are all methods you can do to have something more eye-catching and engaging when people walk into your classroom. Now, if you are doing a more formal presentation, that maybe is a little bit more nerve-wracking, since you could have a much more packed house and a lot of people attending, but I would encourage you to have some sort of slideshow presentation that you can use to click through and provide a lot of information about yourself, especially if you have to do so very quickly. Parents are probably going to be curious a little bit about who you are, your teaching background, some of the major components of the course that you're teaching, and that's a great way for you to convey it. You would probably also find it beneficial to have some sort of sign-in sheet as well as general handouts about the course. Parents can feel free to pick those up as they walk in the room. I think overall, even though these open house nights can be a little bit nerve-wracking, I think it's really important to just focus on being yourself, being positive, and trying to build relationships and open lines of communication with the parents who are coming in. Ultimately, the most successful education systems come from when everyone is on board and wants the best for the student. That means teachers, parents, community members, administration, all working together to support the student in the best way they can. And these opportunities are great ways to start to build that. So whatever that means to you, to try to build these relationships, communicate with these individuals, I think can be really helpful. So those are general tips for what to do in these situations and how to prepare. I wish you the best of luck with both your parent night open house and just with your school year in general. If you enjoy social studies related content or just teacher content in general, feel free to hit that button right here to subscribe, or feel free to check out past videos over here. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.